Hi, Nikki. This is a review of your video. So let's get started. I made some notes. I really loved your video. First of all, let me make this video a little bit better, bigger. First of all, this is something that was really good. You let Sully take initiative in movement, and that happens in the fifth 005 of the video. So we can take a look at that here. It was a little bit, but that was really here. Yes, this. That was, so it's a little bit later, but that was really good. So maybe instead of pointing, I would like you to try out what happens if you use, first of all, a target stick, and also if you point or with the target stick a little bit lower, that does a few things, because I've seen somewhere in the video where you have, because your arm is so high, it's on eye height, sometimes he does this. So and you block his sight with your arm, so you block his view. So try to keep your arm a little bit lower and see how that works out for him. If you use a target stick, you can also point it out a little bit lower, and then that does two things. First of all, it entices your horse because he knows it's the target that he needs to follow. So that's very clear. Second of all, if you keep it a little bit lower, like more chest height, I would say, then he will lower his head. The moment he lowers his head, and that's the third point, you already created enticed forward movement because the weight shift is forward, and then the chances are that he steps forward easier than when his head is a little bit higher. So yeah, you can try that out. So yeah, at 0.13, well done for clicking that weight shift, and then in the corner the target stick. But this is really good because you clicked at the right moment because he was doing something. And you're standing still, so this is new to him. And then he goes back to what he think is doing, and here you're getting the target stick, which really gives him that clarity. You could have given him just a treat for touching that other cone, because he's just asking you, I don't know what to do, so I'm falling back on previous reinforced behavior, which is touching that particular cone that he just touched. So that was really good. Then I also really liked it that at 0.42, so we're at 0.45, as you can see in the corner, you switched your tactics, and offered the same movement with the target stick, and you could see how well that went. So, and sometimes it's really hard to come up with a solution if your horse doesn't react the way you expected him. So well done coming up with that solution, because I know that can be really challenging. Here again, that he initiated movement before you did, so really well done. And then at 108, you will click for touching. So I think that's a good call too. You see how he does this with his head, like a little bit. So apparently it's not like a natural cue to him. So use what would be more natural to him, too easy to follow, which could be a target stick and a little bit lower than he already will lean in. The target stick will also help you to send him around the cones a little bit with a little bit more distance, because in the previous video he stepped sometimes on the base of the cones. You absolutely want to avoid that, because before we know it, it could go to where we unconsciously reinforce stepping onto the cone, or even later knocking them over. And to go back to going around would be harder once they have been reinforced for stepping on the cone. So that's something that you can fix that now. It's easier. Again, because you are pointing so high, he's confused, but I really do love it that you click for touching that cone, and give him that confidence, like, yes, we're still playing, you're still getting reinforcements for good answers in general, because you will get that movement. There's your target. And he's doing it. Perfect. So at 127 and 128, that was really, really well done. And I would have given that a jackpot. Yeah, here he goes. Look at that. Look at that. He was doing so well. He was offering those steps. Like, let's go look at that again. And that would be a jackpot. Look at him go, because you are following him. He's not following you. That's a huge difference. And that would be for me a reason to, yay, jackpot, and really, really making it a thing. At 140, I would say use your target stick again. I would have clicked that, because what he's doing with his right front leg, he's stepping outwards. I would have clicked that just to confirm, like, you are having the right thought. If you would have done that with target stick, you can fade out the target stick by slowly making the stick shorter, so it will eventually become your hand and your arm movement. Well done using the target. Look at them. That is so nice. So what I would suggest for next time, because this is a contact shift, because now you're doing the L shape in the opposite order, I would go from this cone, this red one, just straight to the green one, and just practice the same thing, the same order, the exact same setup. So he will pick up on that. Once he knows what to do, then you can do it the other way around and backwards, or placing that L shape in a different spot in the arena. The learning goes the fastest if you keep the context the same until you get that behavior. So I would suggest practicing in this exact same spot with this exact same setup until he offers more of the movement before you change something in the setup. Also, it, like what I said, it really helps picking the same spot in the arena. Those are little things that already help your horse think in the right way and offer what he offered before in that particular spot that he got reinforced for. And And then we are at 153, but from 202 to 205, you create again movement, which is really exciting to see, and that is really, really good. So that starts at 202 to 205. Yes, you say ready, and he goes. This would have been another jackpot, and really make it a thing, like food and more food. You can even, instead of like doing one big handful of food, you could do like 3 smaller ones and praise and make it really a thing. So that would be the second jackpot. And then at 236, again, he's offering movement. So I'm really, really excited about that. And then I also thought that it was really a nice shot, because you're not clicking for the yellow cone in the last part. And you clicked for the green. So that is already really good. What you can also do is click at the yellow one and then feed at the green one. So that's just a technique that I want to have in your head. Like if he would have stopped at the yellow one, while you would have expected him to walk on, you could still click for yellow and feed at green. So you get that thought of moving is reinforced. So let's take a look at that. I was really enthusiastic about this part. Yes, there he goes. That was really, really good. And you fed, I liked it that you fed for position. You fed a little bit, like you could see his head, like a little bit that, and that helps him to shift his weight on the forehand. But at the same time, you're not offering the treat so far that he couldn't reach it. So that was also so well done. And here he goes. Because you really wait until he moves and then you move with him. So well done. And again, he's moving without you moving. Excellent. So that was my 2 cents. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Happy horse training.